Millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Make him work. When you get close, he can't fucking fight in the inside. Trust me. How long you been trusting me? Get close to him and just keep poking. When I say penitentiary, put that knife in him. Put him in him. I
know this. Yeah. And I understand that this shit wasn't easy, but nigga, we did it. Yeah, yeah. And all them hoes and all them niggas that wasn't fucking with us, now we them niggas. And now we rich now. We got money. I don't give a shit, no. And we did it. Young nigga come up from nothing, now he getting to them riches. And it's the life of a young rich nigga.
Separate yourself.
Yeah, I ain't playing with your ass. Nigga, I ain't playing with your ass. You chasing greatness. You got greatness talking to you. Become great. Non-stop. Keep the pace.
I'm down.
Yo. What's going on out there? Y'all already know who it is. It's the Rize Podcast with your boy Coach Squeeze, a.k.a. the Smoothie King. Right back at y'all with another one. How y'all doing, man? God bless y'all, each and every one of y'all. Yeah. How y'all doing, man? Hey, get them out of here then. Coming over here with that negativity. Get them out of here. We ain't tolerating that. Get them out of here. How y'all doing, man? Hope y'all had a blessed day. May God continue to bless y'all. And I pray that y'all get everything you work hard for and that's deserving of you, man. You know, there's too much going on in the world, man, for the negativity. You know what I mean? People want to be a clown and sing, but if they get on a stage where they need to be a clown, they'll lock up. You know, so I ain't even dealing with it. I hope y'all had a blessed, safe day. It was raining like cats and dogs here. But God bless me to make it here again. Before we get started, man, this is why I don't got time for the negativity, man. I'm going to take a moment of silence for this little girl. I can't think of her name. I'm going to get her name. That was on the news. Her mother beat her to death. She was 3 years old here in Maryland. And the father, I don't know if he was the father, biological father, or the boyfriend, helped her dispose of the body of the little girl. And they found her in a bag somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty little girl, 3 years old, man. Rest in peace, little queen. Let's take a moment of silence for the little princess, man. If y'all don't mind, let's take a moment of silence. Rest in peace, little queen. I just been bothered by that all day. I got a granddaughter 4 years old, and I can only imagine, and a grandson that's 3. I would go berserk. That would be the time I think I would throw my life away. I ain't gonna lie, man. I know God to take care of them, but I think I would find them, man. It would turn me into an animal. All right, y'all. Let me go in. Let me get the sponsors out of the way. 5-time world champ, 4 different weight classes, first ballot Hall of Famer, Baltimore's own, GTD Promotions, redesigning minds, one mind at a time. We know a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Shout out to www.kadichibed.com. Use code TRP. You'll get 15% off. Also, go over to www.narslipgallery.org. Go over to Damari's page. Support him in his merch and his artistry in and out of the ring. Shout out to MeaKillerB.com. Go over there to her page. Support her and her merch and her boxing journey. Shout out to Richie Baby for the 5 intros and edits. Shout out the Bad Girls Promotions featuring Miss Olivia Pope, Coach Brandy. Shout out to EOE Education Over Everything, my brother movement. Shout out the Hardcore Boxing News, Aunt McQueen Boxing, Ayo Clothing Line, Pro Soul Boxing Gear and Clothing Line, Under Armour. Thanks for all that you do. Shout out to Four Corners Boxing featuring Maurice and Jenny Jones. Go over there every Wednesday night to 15 rounds of boxing. Support them. Shout out to 1901 Pennsylvania Avenue, Coach Calvin and Kenny Way. Shout out to Miss Mona, the Queen. Appreciate you, Miss Mona. Miss Yaya. Shout out to Miss Yaya for all they all always done. Shout out to Timothy Stockmeyer, Josh Furlong, Genuine of the Rize Podcast, Kai. We ain't seen y'all in a while. I hope everything going well for you guys. Trucker Sally. Shout out to all of them, praying that they okay and that they hanging in there. Appreciate what all y'all ever done for the podcast. Shout out to Richie Threads. Last but not least, Official Gear of Boxing. Y'all already know who it is. Y'all can say it with me in the chat. 1, 2, 3, box. Raw.
What's up, champ? How you feeling?
All right, what's going on?
What they talking about? They praying for a little girl. What they talking about?
That was me. The little 3-year-old that they found body. She was in a bag. I think it was over East Baltimore. The mother killed her, and the boyfriend helped her to bury.
Oh, I was just reading that earlier.
Yeah, they beat her. They beat her to death.
The boyfriend beat her and made the mother hide the body or something like that.
Yeah.
Shit is crazy, man. It's wicked out here, man.
Yeah, 3 years old, yo. Pretty little baby, man.
Shit is crazy.
Yeah. That ripped my heart out today. Lord, they showed a little picture on the news, yo.
I read that.
And all I could do was break down, man.
What up, Alan Johnson? Let me holler at everybody in the chat. Miss Mona, the Queen, what's going on? Floyd's 4500, Real Prison Talk with Tommy, what's going on? Winston McFarlane, what's going on? Richie Baby, nephew, what it do? Stressed out.
You gotta let me know when you coming on too, champ, so I can put your name up on the billboard.
All right. Sammy Gant, Alan Johnson, Lord's 4500, D33284, Boss Dog, True Culture, Joseph Foster, what's going on? Alan Johnson, my guy. I got caught in that. I was trying to work, but I got caught in that storm, and my stomach been messed up all day today. Like, I really should have been in the bed all day for real, but I had to go to work. That's what I was just ready to tell you. I don't know how long I'll be on here with you. My shit.
You got some black seed oil?
No, it's that medicine, man.
Oh yeah.
I ain't take it for a couple of days, and when I take it again, it always tear me up. Like, man, I don't even want to talk about it. It's fight week. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Who wins and why?
Mario, I mean, I'm not excited about seeing it. I'm really not. I'm still riding on a high on this weekend that passed. This right here for me, it really don't mean nothing to me, but I'm gonna go with Mario Barrios. I think Mario Barrios gonna hurt Manny Pacquiao to the body. I think he too big, he too strong, he younger. They picking on him for a reason, but I think they might bark up the wrong tree. Manny Pacquiao that had his time. I ain't hating on him, but send him into retirement. Don't let him come back. Let the young people do their thing.
So that was my next question. Should Manny even really be in the ring? Fighting a young lion like Mario Barrios.
I can't tell a man what to do. You know, people dare to be great. So, like I say, I can't tell a man what to do. But in my opinion, I don't want to see it. He been out of the ring for 2 years. I mean, he had the itch. Let's see. Let's give him a shot. Let's see what he do. He might, for a reason they picked Mario Barrios for a reason. We all know Manny quicker than him. We already know that. But he a step or two behind. Even being step or two behind, he's still faster than Barrios.
Who?
Manny Pacquiao.
After losing a step and with no tacos, you gonna say that Pacquiao was faster than Barrios?
Yup. He's still faster than him.
Crazy work. Stop at your decision.
If he fight him wrong, it could be a stoppage. If he box him, stay out of harm's way, he got a possibility of winning. Yeah. Pacquiao got a possibility of winning it. If he stay away from him. But I think
he ain't gonna be able to stay. I don't see how you gonna be able to stay away from Barrios. Taller, longer, rangy. You know what I mean?
He don't got the fastest feet. Barrios don't got the fastest feet. A flat-footed fighter.
He got the length over Pacquiao to cover the distance.
Yeah. That's where I say Pacquiao is going to use that against him because of his ability to go in and out. But like I say, Pacquiao a step or two slower. I mean, Pacquiao put that work in. I don't want to make it seem like I'm downing him, but I only could go by what I was left with, the table scraps on the table. I only can go by that. And I ain't been in the ring for 2 years. I mean, that's a tough task. People take a year off and gotta get the ring rust off.
Yeah.
2 years. I mean, you asking for a lot. Like, you asking for a lot. 2 years. That's just my take, champ. You asked me, I gave you my take.
What's going on, Aunt McQueen? How you feeling today, champ?
Phenomenal but tired. What's the deal? Yeah, man.
Talking about this Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. What's your thoughts on that fight?
From what I just heard, I'm assuming that's what Squeeze was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
It was even longer than that, Squeeze. It was 4 years. His last fight.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, 4 years.
Distinction joint. That was 2021. Hell no. Like you said, coming off a year layoff is brutal enough. You hear guys all the time when they come off those layoffs talking about how they couldn't get the timing down, they couldn't find their rhythm, and they had the ring rust. I could only imagine 4 years. But he had that one exhibition against the kickboxer dude, and he didn't look good at all. He didn't look good. And it was only a 3-rounder. He was spent. But I'm also going to assume that this camp was more extensive than the last one. But I'm pretty sure that could be tricky for... Well, how old is Pacquiao now? Let me go double check.
46.
46 on the dot, Squeeze. So 46 years old. Is there a possibility that he could possibly leave too much of himself in camp trying to get ready for this fight? Then by the time he comes to the ring. And Pacquiao's a little guy too. He relying on his explosiveness to close the gap. Well, he could barely get it done against Ugas. Barrios is what, 6'1"?
I'm a beg to differ on that right there with you. Only why I say that because I met Pacquiao in person, and Pacquiao was great bust out that suit. Pacquiao looked to be every bit of 160 in that suit.
I'm not talking about density, though. I'm not talking about density, Squeeze. I'm talking about...
When you say small, that's the first thing came to my mind.
No. I'm talking about, you look at Mario Barrios. This dude is 6 feet tall. His reach is over 70 inches. Manny Pacquiao is 5'5". His reach is like a 66 or something like that. He's going to have to close the gap.
I just want to keep showing pictures. Man, we doing a podcast. We don't want to see your pictures.
Superstar Squeeze. He done met them all, man.
We doing a podcast. We don't want to see your pictures.
Let me find out Squeeze got pictures with Muhammad Ali, Floyd Patterson, Mike Tyson.
No, they go Mike Tyson right while he running his damn mouth. I was mad about that.
Listen. I'm gonna keep telling the story till Floyd gonna have to come on here and apologize.
Tell the story about
Squeeze had the opportunity to meet Mike Tyson and you messed it up.
No, relax, Ant.
I'm asking. I'm just asking.
Can I land the plane? Can I land the plane, Ant? So we in the locker room. We in the locker room. It's after the fight, right? Squeeze. It's after the fight. After the Ron Garcia fight, we in the locker room. Everybody celebrating. Woo. You know, Floyd come in there. So Squeeze like, look, Senior, hurry up, take this picture. So, you know what I mean? I make sure I get him a couple angles, couple flicks. So I'm like, hey, Floyd, can I get one? He like, yeah. So I'm like, Squeeze, you ready? I turn around like, come on. Fucking go ahead, Squeeze. Nigga, you know how Homer Simpson dipped back into the bushes on the man? Floyd dipped back out on me so fast. So I'm hot now because Squeeze, he run around showing his Floyd picture. So I'm like, yo, fuck y'all. I'm going to get the car. So as I go get the car, guess what I see? My man, Iron Mike. And he's with the PBC people, you know what I mean, that help us out from time to time. Let me get a picture, Mike. So when I come back with the car, Squeeze showing his Floyd. Yeah, well, I got Iron Mike Tyson. So, you know what I mean? That's how that went. That was our little day in Vegas.
That ain't how that happened. That ain't how that happened. That ain't how it happened. And that's how it happened. He met Mike Tyson the day before I met Floyd.
That was the day before?
Because he came back. Me and Josh was in the we was in the Airbnb, and he like, yeah, Squeeze, you ain't want to walk back to the car with me. Guess who I met? And he showed me the picture. And Josh was like, yo, dirty, like that. And I was like, wow, for real, Senior. And he like, he laughed at me, right? So The next day, the night of the fight, is when I met Floyd. Senior went out to do the press conference after the fight. And I like, Senior, I ain't leaving. I'm staying in here. He was like, oh, you stay here then. And then when Floyd came in, I got that picture with him. And yo tried to get
I took your picture, Squeeze. How you gonna say I left out and I took the picture of you and Floyd?
You just came in.
Oh.
You just came in. You had just came in. You just came in. And I was over there. I had already took the picture.
No, I'm the one that took the picture.
See, now that I can't remember. I ain't going to debate with you on that.
I took the picture because that's how I was supposed to go. I take the picture of you. You turn around, take the picture of me. But when it comes time to take the picture of me, you acting like you fumbled, can't find the phone and all that. Oh, Winston McFarlane said I shot for Floyd's victory tour. Oh, shit. Shout out to Winston
damn.
That's what's up. He said he shot for Tesla too. Guys doing big things are going behind the camera. Said Pac-Man gonna drop Barrios at least once. It's possible, Freddie Washington. The only thing I'm really concerned about is him being able to close the gap, man. Because in that last fight that he had, the exhibition, his legs looked a little ragged, looked a little weathered. And he was struggling. And that kickboxing dude, he ain't as sharp as Barrios.
You know, we can only go by what we see. I don't remember that exhibition. I didn't see it. I can't speak on it. But I don't need to see it. At the 4 years out of the ring, how dare you come back and be disrespectful to the sport like that? I don't care who you is and fight up top level. I think that's very disrespectful to Mario Barrios. I think Mario Barrios puts him in the dirt, hit him, clip him, hurt him, and put him in the dirt once and for all. That's my take.
My next question, you know what I mean? Now listen. One thing I want to say, you know what I mean? The first thing I did Sunday when we started the show, I gave Shakur his credit because a lot of people, I gave Shakur his credit. Hell of a fight, hell of a performance. You know what I mean? But my question for Ant, who's next for Shakur?
Senior Floyd Senior talking about he want to revisit that. I say run it back with him. He said he ready to go. He just knocked out Tevin Farmer, give him an opportunity to redeem himself. Because I don't see the Raymond Morataya fight happening. I think he got a voluntary title defense. Top Rank ain't likely about to throw him in there with Shakur for a voluntary. Andy Cruz up there. What you think about Andy Cruz and Shakur?
You know who I want to see.
But Andy Cruz and Keyshawn?
Yes, I will not send Andy Cruz nowhere else but Keyshawn Davis way. No, I will not let Shakur slide. I mean, I would not let Shakur stay left with Keyshawn.
We got Abdullah about to line it up with Sam Noakes, but they got the same management with Jay Prince, so I don't see them lining it up anytime soon.
I want to see Abdullah and Kid Austin.
Gotta be a fun fight.
That's where I'm at.
They got the history together too. The one round of sparring or whatever that was. I say Kid Austin. I can't think anybody else at 135 for him to fight right now. That's not tied up. We got Tank and Roach, they tied up, but maybe we can get that afterwards. Tank and Shakur. Like I'm looking at 135. We got Ricardo Nunez at number 2. Jadier Herrera, he's at number 3 now in the WBC. He was calling Shakur out. Maxie Hughes, I don't want to see that. Rayo is at number 5. He went back down to 135 after being alleviated of his title. at the hands of my guy, Gary Antoine. Dennis Baranchek, I don't want to see that. But with Shakur still being with Matchroom, there might be the possibility that Joe Cordina spins the block.
Nunes ranked number 2, you said? Nunes ranked number 2?
He's ranked number 2 right now. As a matter of fact, hold on. I'm going to share the rankings with y'all so y'all can see what I'm looking at. I don't know if you see my little screen at the button.
I got
yeah, just add a camera. So boom, this the rankings right now at 135. So we got IBF, Raymond Morataya. You see who's on his heels. Andy Cruz is number 1. But like I said, he got a voluntary defense, so he's likely not about to take that fight right now. He's probably going to end up fighting somebody down here. He already fought Abdulaev. That's who he fought for the interim. So they're not going to make that happen. Sam Noakes is already tied up with Abdullah, so we could take that off the table. He's probably not going to fight Floyd Schofield. Mark Magsayo, if I'm not mistaken, he's fighting somebody on that Pacquiao card, so he won't be available.
Yeah,
he might mess around and get one of these right here, bro. He might mess around and get like Maxie Hughes or Juan Javier, one of these guys like that for him. So he's not fighting Shakur. The WBC, Andy Cruz number 1 over there. But we don't know if they going to activate that mandatory. You said Frank Martin. Frank Martin's moving up to 140. Frank Martin's supposed to be fighting against Francis Bartholomew, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if they put Frank Martin in the rankings up here. Nope, not yet. But he's supposed to be moving up to 140. And he's working with Buddy McGirt right now. I don't know if it's going to be temporary or if he's going to be with him full time. But he's moving up to 140. As you can see, they don't even have him ranked no more at 135. He's about to make his entree up there at 140. So we got Andy Cruz. We don't know if he's going to activate that mandatory. That's probably not going to happen, right? We got Ricardo Nunez. Jadier Herrera was calling him out. That would be a fun fight. Jadier Herrera got power. He got some pop, but I don't see him skill-wise being able to do anything with Shakur, but it could be a fun fight while, just seeing him navigate that. People seem to like that, seeing him navigate the guy with power. Dennis Baranchek, I don't see that happening. I've never seen this guy fight before. I got to go check him out. Dimitri Shu Utsuki, never heard of him either. Let me go see what I got to see what he's looking like. Japanese guy. 135 is looking kind of dry right now in terms of notable fights, but that don't mean that these guys ain't good, because this guy is 16-1, 14 wins by knockout, and I'm looking at his resume just in terms of fighters with decent records. Last guy he fought was 10-4, 14-1, 10-1. So, but I don't see that happening. Maybe Rayo, if they could figure something out with that. Rayo or Maxie Hughes, maybe. Jadier Herrera. Joe Cordina is probably likely, because remember, they were supposed to fight last year in the fall. It's probably going to be Joe Cordina, somebody like that, Squeeze. Probably going to be somebody like that. Said Shakur crashed Conor Benn's interview earlier. Yeah, I saw some of that. Are they supposed to fight at 147 in November? That would be interesting. He did say that he was willing to move up in weight to face certain guys. He said if the check was right, he would go see about Gary Antoine at 140.
But I'm looking at that list.
Yeah.
And one thing for certain, and one thing for sure, a lot of people really don't know the sport of boxing. Mm-hmm. But I know what a guy 1 in 10 can be the guy 15-0. If he gets that opportunity, his family going from house to house. He gets the call to fight for a world title. They looking past him. He's 1-12. All it takes is one hit to knock the ball out the ballpark. And for me to say the fighter that's 15, 18-0 with the NABF title or the IBF title, oh man, he just a fill-in. I ain't really training for him. This is a cakewalk and disrespect the sport. Scenarios like that happen. I would never count a man out that's hungry. Don't have the opportunities that you have, but get the opportunity to get where you at. Man, that's a dangerous fight to take. That's one of those sayings, be careful, man, with those fights. Cherry picking. That could be a cherry pick gone wrong.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Because you do have some guys out there where they have, limited opportunity. So we don't know just how good they are. And the other thing is this, resources. Folks make fun of fighters who have jobs on the side, but they got to do something in the meantime. Only the top of the top guys are able to box full time and support themselves. The other ones, they got to hold down jobs until they make it to that point. Like Shakur's opponent before
Padley.
Yeah, Padley. People say, oh, well, he's an electrician, but he's a decent fighter. He's a solid fighter.
Yeah.
The fight after Shakur, he went up against a guy who was 13-0 and stopped him. And in the fight before that, there was a highly touted prospect out there by the name of Mark Chamberlain out there in the UK. And Padley gave him his first L. So Padley's not a bum. It's just, to your point, Squeeze, not given certain opportunities. So you got to hold yourself down until you get to the point where you can train full time. You look at a lot of those guys who are Olympians and they're out there in Colorado Springs and they're getting room and board and all that stuff. All they got to do is focus on boxing all day long. They don't got to worry about where their next meal is coming from. They don't got to worry about holding this, that, and the third down. All they got to do is train. And then other guys who don't have that, guys like Orlando Salido, when he fought Lomachenko and he became a world champion, Orlando Salido was a driving Uber.
Yeah.
And became a world champion. Timothy Bradley, when he became a world champion, he only had $6 in his bank account. So it's a very real thing. And you see it in other sports too. Guys like Kurt Warner, he's working in the damn supermarket stocking shelves. He get an opportunity. Next thing you know, this dude becomes a Super Bowl champion with the Rams. So sometimes the guy who's the long shot, all it takes is an opportunity. Yo, CB. He over there, Richie baby. He over there. I don't know what he yelping about. My guy Cornbread. So you're absolutely right. Just because we don't know about some of these guys doesn't mean that they bums. It don't mean that they scrubs. It just means that they haven't had the same level of promotion as some of the stars. Because you do have some guys where we see them, right, as far as notoriety is concerned. But then they're just like they're okay. But they know how to market themselves. They know how to conduct themselves in interviews. They got a hell of a social media campaign.
Yeah.
But when it comes to fighting, like they just decent. Not that they bums or they scrubs, but they just decent. But then there's another guy who could really fight his tail off. But so
that's just like I'm sitting home. I get that call like Padley got, and my record is, let's say, 18-6. Decent fighter. Out of 18-6, 3 or 4 of those fights were controversial, but they were against big name guys that was marketable. I wasn't, so I ain't beat them convincingly in the landslide. But when everybody went back and looked at it like, yo, they robbed that man. But don't nobody know my name. How much you gonna eat off me if y'all let me win this fight? All of the name fighter gotta do is keep it close.
Facts.
and the politics of boxing. But if I go in there and undeniably dismantle him in front of the public, send him on the canvas a few times and dominate, not get him out there, but almost damn near get him out of there, they can't take it from me. But let it be any type of seesaw close, they can rob me of 3 or 4 points.
Yo, it's so funny you said that, Squeeze, because T. Hill and I earlier we were talking about, I'm not sure if you saw the fight with Sergey Bohachuk and Michael Fox, the professor.
No.
It was at 154. It was probably about like a month or two ago. Michael Fox was boxing that man's ears off. He was turning him, hooking him, just the whole fight, like footwork, just giving him fits. They gave the fight to Bohachuk because Bohachuk is a bigger name. Bohachuk, he done been in there with like Virgil Ortiz, Brandon Adams, a couple of other guys. And he gave Virgil Ortiz a hell of a fight. Scored 2 knockdowns in the fight, and he lost a close decision. But to your point, with him being the name brand guy, Michael Fox, they looking at him like he's cannon fodder. It's the same thing happened with the guy when he fought Gabriel Maestre. A lot of people felt like he won that fight, but Maestre, he was a decorated amateur. He fought the man that Boots just fought, Stan Jonas. So he's more notable. And they're going to go with the money. They're going to go with the guy that they feel they can build. We've seen it happen with O'Shaquie Foster. Him getting raw deals. He was down there in Mexico fighting against Rocky Hernandez. They had that man down 11-0 going into the 12th round. If he hadn't knocked that man out, they was going to rob him. I'm like, there's no way in hell you watched this fight and saw this man getting completely shut out. He had to knock him out to get his just due. So, yeah, it happens all the time. You got to follow the money. My favorite fighter, Edward Vasquez, to this day, I will maintain, and it's not just because it's my guy. I'm not just being biased. But I would implore anybody who hadn't seen the fight that he had with Raymond Ford and the other fight that he had with Joe Cordina. Very, very close fights. But here's the thing with Edward Vasquez. He's got an extremely small fan base. That's for one. So nobody knows him. 2, he only got about 4 knockouts in about 17 wins. And you know people like brutality. People like knockouts. They're not going to market a guy that got like a 20-something% win percentage. You got to go with the name guy, the guy that's smoking people. So it just is what it is. You just got to go with the money. You got to go with the money.
Yeah, but that's like I say, that's just like me sitting home, just getting off my 2 jobs. And I'm sitting on the couch, house in foreclosure, child in the hospital, barely making ends meet to pay my child that's in the hospital bills. I get this call from Turkey. Hey, I watched your film and your tape. You 18-6. I like you. You're an action fighter. I need you to fill my card up under the we're gonna put you on the undercard. I need you to save my card. All I want from you is to bring everything you bring in every fight. And I guarantee you, if you bring, you don't even gotta win. But if you bring the entertainment and bring the fans on their feet, this fight, I'm gonna pay you $300,000. I'm working at Walmart in the Dollar Tree. I'm working at Walmart in the Dollar Tree, and I get $300,000 in one night. That's life changing. And then I step in the ring and win, and get a bonus that night. Turkey sit down. I'm on the phone talking to Turkey. I'm crying, and they said, "What's the problem?" Well, man, you know, you help me with my family. I could pay my mortgage. I heard Turkey did stuff like this before. How much your mortgage? I'm gonna pay your house off. He did it with Padley. Paid Pat Lee mortgage off. Changed his life. So I never count a guy out that's hungry and starving. That's a dangerous fight. That's a dangerous fight.
See, if we all thought like you, Squeeze, we'd be better boxing fans. But you know what we do when we see somebody we ain't seen. Like, look at this bum, man. This guy's a scrub. He a tomato can. He whoopty whoop whoop. And then when the name brand guy has a close fight with him, then all of a sudden, that guy ain't what he was built to be. Now, how about you go do your research on the other guy that you hadn't heard of?
You said, hold, time out. What you say, Ant?
If we were all thinking like Squeeze.
Stop right there. Say it again.
That idea.
I want to make sure I hear you loud and clearly. Say what you say.
What is the fault in the logic that I just laid down right there? Because Squeeze stated it beautifully. Just because we don't know the man don't mean the man is a damn scrub.
Tomato cans, cab drivers. You going
Squeeze on point.
Hey. I guess when Ant come on, it's a different show. Go ahead, Ant.
Is he not on point though?
Go ahead. I ain't gonna say.
I ain't gonna say. Listen. Whatever conversations y'all had, I don't know. He might have called somebody a cab driver, but right now in this moment, Squeeze is making all the sense in the world, man. Like, just because this man we ain't never heard of him, it don't mean he's a bum. We just ain't never heard of him.
Smoothie King. Uncle Squeeze, if Turkey told you had to leave Baltimore, but you could bring the Rize podcast on the road to do interviews at his boxing event for $20,000 a month and a package and making me happy, you going?
Yep.
$20,000 a month is good money to talk boxing.
Bye, Baltimore.
$20,000 a month to talk boxing.
I'm going down with the plane. $20,000 a month.
Come on, man. To do this? That's great money.
So all right, so right there. So let me ask you this question, right? And this is how I look at it.
A month, that's life changing.
Let me ask you this question though, Senior.
I just said
what is your price to take the Rize podcast on the road? If Turkey came to you with a blank check and said, yo, Senior Cobbs, name your price. We want to take the Rize podcast on a tour. We want to do arenas and sit downs like they doing with Gilly and Wallow. We want to do that with the Rize podcast. Put you on tour. What's your price to take the Rize podcast?
Let's answer the original question, eh? He said unlimited salaries. Let me answer the Showtime. Off the rip, he just keeps saying 20,000. But if he's taking a Rize podcast on the road, I don't know what the split going to be. Far as I don't know, we going straight down the middle, 75-25 because he closed a deal or whatever. But no matter how you look at it, that 20,000 is not 20,000 that y'all looking at. It's not
20,000 net, not gross. 20,000 net, individually.
20,000 individually?
No, not eventually. I said net, not individually. I'm saying individually.
Right.
Like you get 20,000, Squeeze get 20,000 after taxes.
I might go on a 30-day tour with him. You know what I mean? Every 3 months. You know what I mean?
Do 30 dates, 20,000 a pop.
Yeah, but 20, and you break it down to 10 a month. That ain't. It ain't no good for me. For me, it ain't.
Versus what you doing now?
Yeah, it ain't no good to me.
I don't know, man. 20,000 a month?
It ain't no good to me. Like me. If I was to take it right, I would have a whole nother plan. Like, you know what I mean? I'm only doing it. I told you I'd do a little press run, 30, 60 days, whatever. But I'm using that to get the numbers up. So once I ain't doing it no more. You can keep going, Squeeze. We got our shit the way we need to be. You know what I mean? I'm rocking how I need to rock. 20 ain't enough. 20 ain't enough.
I'm gonna keep going.
I know it's more to come. A month?
I know it's more to come with Turkey.
You know that
the numbers gonna go up. Ain't gonna stay at 20.
I'm not 20. I'm good.
Ain't gonna stay at 20. Bust these shows out, do an excellent
No,
job.
I'm saying 20,000. I'm good. If I was a count, because I got too much going on. Me, period. I got too much going on already. You know what I mean? Nah. You know where we stand at, Michael Brown. I keep telling them that's the thing. Like, I get it. 20,000 is good money for some people, depending on what they got going on. For me, 20 ain't enough.
That's why I said, what's your price?
I don't really know. Like right now, I do this for fun. I have fun doing the podcast, so it's not really like a number on it. You know what I mean? It's just for fun. Go ahead, Squeeze.
I already said what I had to say.
You was waving your hand. I thought you had to say something.
Yeah, bye. Hey, get Richie to edit that. Bye. Yeah, tell them factor that into one of the 5-minute videos.
Hey,
20,000 a month. Shit.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
No, I ain't pricing myself out. Brooklyn be easy. I just know. You know what I mean?
We're not talking about selling the show. We're not talking about selling the show. Like, all right, 20 bands a month, and then now he owns the show, the intellectual property. Just to be at these events, no different than what you see what's going on right now with like when they have all the smoke at the event. Show is the adult, he be popping up at the ring cards and all that stuff.
But that's all they do. That's all they do. You see what I'm saying? That's all they. I got a lot of other stuff going on. You see what I'm saying? Outside of the podcast. So like me taking it got to be able to cover everything that I got going on. If it can't cover everything that I got going on, it's not beneficial to me. But will it be a starter package? It'll be a stepping stone? Yeah, that's why I say I do it for like 30, 60 days. But to do it permanently, nah.
A card a month or something like that.
I could do that. No problem.
They fly you out to a card. Hey, come through, do the thing, whoop.
20,000 a month, promo. Count me in. I'll let you sing.
I know.
Let me know how that. Let me know how that week to week check working for you.
This is what I want you to understand. But this is what I want you to understand. Like, right? All right. So, and I'm not being funny, but right now, right? So let's say you take 20,000. Who gonna set up the show for you?
Oh, I could set my own thing up. About 20,000 now, I could pay a motherfucker to set my own.
You don't know how to work a computer or a phone. So you got now. What I'm saying is, you got to pay somebody to handle that for you.
I could do that for 20,000.
I could do that remotely. Like I could set all that shit.
You ever heard of a spinoff show On the Road with the Smoothie King? I give you a few dollars. I mean, I'll send you back. What's your card note? What's your card note, yo? I take care. I wouldn't like leave you out and done. He was like, Squeeze, you ain't no problem. On the Road with the Smoothie King. And there's satellite Aunt McQueen. And I know you could use a few extra dollars in your bank account.
I got cash fees.
Hold on, I let you talk. We'll look out for C.
You heard 20 and you gone.
We'll look out for C. We ain't gonna forget.
So in that 20, right? In that 20, right? The money made off the views, where does it go?
No, I'm not. You say I can't use the guys.
That's why I'm talking to Ant.
The money that's why you gotta iron out the details of the deal.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm asking these questions. Like I'm not just because the motherfucker say 20,000. I'm never going to jump into anything.
I'm saying the terms are favorable. The terms are favorable. They just wanna use you as like a contractor, pay you like an independent contractor, not come in and own your whole situation and take it over and all this other stuff. But like, yo, you already got, like, hell, what y'all got? 28,000 subscribers. You already got a built-in fan base. We would just want to use you as a vehicle to help promote. It's a face that people know. We trying to build the card up. We're trying to build up the events and all that other stuff.
I basically like a deal. Like I don't know the verbiage of it, but something like Showtime. What the fuck is his name?
Showbiz the Adult.
Oh, Showbiz, yeah. Something like what he got going on.
Yeah, popping up. He do interviews for Ring Magazine now, but he still got his own thing going on.
That's more beneficial. You see what I'm saying?
But see, that's the thing. The reason why they use him for two reasons: one, familiarity, and two, he got a big subscriber base. He got like 300,000 subscribers, and shit, y'all going up. Rize podcast is on the rise.
That's
y'all
why
y'all about to eclipse 30,000. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you be like, yo, hit 20,000, and now all of a sudden they own the platform, the intellectual property, and all that other stuff. It's like, nah. We see what y'all got going on. We messing with you. You all international. You know what I'm saying? All access. He's the smoothie king. We see what y'all got going on. We just want to use your celebrity to leverage. Forget about it.
All right, let's talk
promotion to the next level.
We already know how he felt.
Coach Dion got the whole title, man. I seen Coach Dion.
We don't got to talk a whole episode about this. Yep. He made his mind up. What's going on?
All money ain't good money.
Where we at? We discussed that, man. Hey, Boxing Dead. You see Boxing Dead?
It's not happening.
You see Boxing Dead with the chemistry. When me and my man Anon, we cooking about boxing. See you coming with that Young and the Restless shit.
I came on to this conversation. I came back to this conversation.
My apology.
You selling your soul for 20,000 as soon as I come back to the show. I'm trying to think
my apology.
Get shit back for you.
Boxing Dead. I'm trying to get back to boxing.
You can have it all. Diddy would have loved
it. All right, Michael Brown want to know what's going on. All right, we're going to get back to the boxing. Michael Brown want to know what's going on this weekend.
You finish his Young and the Restless episode of the Rize Podcast 50. Because he ain't create shit. This album shit. I don't know where he get all of that from. He ain't stopping nothing. He ain't stopping nothing. Yeah, he get that straight. We taking that 20 down. We taking that 20 down. We taking that 20 down with or without seeing your ass.
Cool. One thing I tell you about Coach Calvin, it ain't happening.
What?
Go ahead, you got it.
Yeah. You got it twisted. You 5 years old, talking like you 50. How you feel, Ann, about the fight, yo? This dude is
Michael Brown trying to get back to the fights this weekend. I'm trying to share the schedule right now so we could.
All right, come on, let's talk boxing.
Let's get back to the boxing, man. Let's get back to the boxing.
Come on, Joe. Yeah, I know. My fault, Ann.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
My fault.
All right, so as y'all can see, good people, Yo Costa Valley's fighting out there in Costa Rica. I don't even know what network this is about to be on. That might be on YouTube somewhere. You might have to find it on Streamies. Yo Costa Valley, solid lady.
That's a lady?
Yeah, Yo Costa Valley, that's a lady. She from Costa Rica, Costa Rican boxer. She fights down there at minimum weight, 33-3. You know what I mean? Last fight was against Marlene Esparza. That was a pretty good fight. Yo Costa can fight. She can scrap. I've never heard of this guy right here or Chris Thomas. I'm trying to figure out who's promoting this. Nah, never heard of him. But this is going to be on DAZN, so I'm assuming this might be one of the most valuable prospect cards or something like that, because it's going to be at Caribe Royale. Then on Saturday, we got the big one, the rematch for Undisputed, because you know my guy got the IBF strap. Alexander Usyk got the remaining 3 belts, so he's trying to become 3-time Undisputed, twice at heavyweight. The rematch, which was marred with controversy. We know about the right hand to the body that was ruled a low blow. Some people say it was low. Some people say it was borderline. Some people say it was legal. Either way, my man Alexander Usyk got up and he handled business. He was out there slinging them ping, 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 pings. Stopped at 9. Since then, Daniel Dubois, he's been on a roll, came back strong. Walked through 1 million right hands from my dog, Philip Hergovic, end up stopping him, end up breaking my heart, knocking my guy AJ out. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the fight that he had with Big Baby. As y'all all know, now he's going to be fighting against Jared Anderson to see who can claim the title of the real Big Baby. Them guys, they about to get it in, I think, on the Canelo card possibly. But back to this card right here, we got Usyk in the main event, Lawrence Okoli and Kevin Lerena. Kevin Lerena's a decent fighter. Daniel Lapin and Lewis Edmondson. So that's coming on 12:30 Eastern time, because you know how it is. Them cards out there in the UK, they like 5 hours ahead of us. Then at night, we got another card on DAZN. DAZN got a lot of boxing on this weekend. That's 3 cards this weekend. We got my guy Bam Rodriguez coming back against Cafu. Nah, Bam is about to handle business. I think the footwork, the angles, all that stuff is going to be too much. Cafu pack a decent punch. He 11-0, 3 draws, but 8 of those wins came by knockout. So he packs a nice punch, decent punch. Solid fundamental guy, but I just think the angles of Bam is going to be too much. Cafu, not the greatest ring general. He's a guy where I was watching this fight that he had with this gentleman from the Philippines, Lebronza. And he kept walking himself to the corner. The dude was out there orthodox, ended up switching southpaw, trapping him, was putting hands on him. He pulled out a tight decision. He got the job done. Now he's fighting Bam Rodriguez. I think Bam going to handle business. Our guy, our favorite, I don't even know if you want to call this man a redneck. I don't want to disrespect the man, but he got the handlebar mustache, Trevor McCumbee. You seen he gave my man Caleb Plant some trouble early on, dropped him. But Caleb was able to stop him in 9, but he's going to be back in there with Diego Pacheco, who I was very impressed with his last fight that he had with Steven So-Called Nelson. I was very impressed with Diego Pacheco. He's over there with Jose Benavidez Sr. with the Benavidez camp. Nice young fight over there at 168, contender. We got Elmo Williams back in the ring. Never heard of his opponent, but I'm assuming that they continue to build him up. I got to keep it real. Never heard of the guy, but we seen Elmo.
What about this fight right here? Sebastian Fundora versus Tim Tszyu.
Woo! I'm excited to see that. You know what I think the real bang on card is going to be? This one.
Gary Russell?
Nope. Pitbull versus Angel Fierro. That first fight was a banger. That was a CTE special.
Oh yeah. I remember that fight. Yeah.
They was throwing them joints, bro.
Yeah.
That fight when you bought a ticket for that fight, man, it came with a neck brace. It was CTE special, neck brace and a helmet. Them dudes was putting hands on each other. There was no defense in that fight.
Yeah.
Straight rock 'em, sock 'em. And I think Angel Fierro, he is a tough ass dude. So I'm expecting them to come back with another banger. We know Pitbull is all gas, no brakes. He's bringing it. Tim Tszyu and Fundora, I'm curious to see what that look like, because I don't know about that fight that my man Tim Tszyu had against Joey Spencer. And this is no disrespect to Joey Spencer, but every time he stepped up, most notably against Jesus Ramos, he looked out of his depths. He was out there getting overwhelmed. He was getting punched on, spun. He was outclassed, outwilled, outskilled, outgunned. It was a rough one seeing Joey Spencer like that. So that fight that Tim Tszyu had with him, it's difficult to gauge where Tim Tszyu is, because we seen a fight prior to that when he went in there with that monster, Murtazaliev. Murtazaliev had that man questioning some things. Like, he said, I don't know what happened. He said that after the fight. I don't know what happened. He don't even remember getting knocked out. And then early on in the fight, he got hit with a shot. He was checking his head to make sure he wasn't bleeding, because remember, he had that nasty gash versus Fundora with the elbow. That man was bleeding all over the place. He looked like Jake the Snake or some shit.
So I was wondering, you think he gonna have PTSD this fight?
He might. he had it last time. He got hit with the shot. First thing he did was check his head, make sure he wasn't bleeding. He was looking at his glove. And then the other thing about Tim Tszyu is Tim Tszyu got dropped several times early on in fights. First time I seen him get dropped, it was against a dude named Wade Ryan. Wade Ryan dropped him, southpaw dude, caught him a quick little shot right down the pike. I think it might have been like second round. The fight that he had with Terrell Gausha dropped him straight right hand, right down the pike in the first round. Murtazaliev blitzed him, dropped him in the second round, end up stopping him, I think, in the third. So Tim Tszyu, he take a little while to warm up. So I think if Sebastian Fundora can get to him early, he might mess around and stop Tim Tszyu. If Tim Tszyu is still dealing with that PTSD from the last fight and then from them several other instances. And the one thing about Fundora is Fundora got short-term memory. Remember, Fundora got cooked versus my man Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza knocked him out. Next fight, he was out there like nothing happened. It take a special type of guy to have that type of short-term memory. It reminds me of somebody like Terry Norris. Terry Norris is one of them guys where he could get clipped with a shot, get knocked out. Next fight, you see him, he look like nothing happened. Fundora is one of them dudes. Like, the game is the game.
What you think about Gary Russell coming back after this long layoff and he jumping back in the ring? Gary Russell Jr.
Same thing like what Squeeze said about Pacquiao. I got to see how he look because it's been a long ass time. And remember, also he dealt with the shoulder injuries when he fought against the dude Mark Maxayo. He had to get shoulder surgery. He was off for a minute, and then dealing with the personal stuff. God bless his pops, and I believe one of the brothers had passed away. So, R.I.P. to both of them. So they were dealing with a lot. And then also him taking over the reins and becoming the patriarch of the family and also the lead trainer. He was training Gary Antoine and Gary Antonio. So I want to see how he looks like coming back. Maybe he could salvage something. But even prior to that, prior to the layoff, remember Gary had a reputation. He was notorious from long-ass layoffs, fighting once a year, fighting the mandatory and so on and so forth. So I could only imagine, 3 years off and a shoulder surgery? But I believe that they put him in there with the right opponent to gauge where he's at. They ain't put him in there with nobody too crazy. Somebody that may give him some resistance, but nobody that's gonna push him too hard. This is a guy that he should be able to beat. But like my man Michael Brown said, ring rust is very real. But I'm excited to see how he look. I'm excited.
Before we get out of here, I want to play this clip for y'all.
Roll that beautiful footage.
Oh, did you see Baumgardner fight? That's the one I missed.
Woo! I mean,
I'm not talking about Baumgardner. I'm talking about the fight, Squeeze. Did you see our fight?
all right, nah. Well, the fight for me was on a scale.
This guy Squeeze.
Y'all can't rewind it. They like, is you gonna watch the fight? I am. I'm watching those two muffins bake in the oven.
Did she make weight? Did she make weight on the first time, Squeeze?
I can't remember. I have the slightest idea. Was it a weight? Was it? I mean, yo, I think when she came on, I had went in the refrigerator.
Oh my Lord!
And I peeled her on. Yeah, because the juices was popping in my eye. I say, there's no way in the world I would be able to be up on that stage with her wearing it. Yeah, they better lock me up. Harassment.
Nah. You ain't got my man on the breaking news.
They like, you gonna need the weights off, like, literally, are you? With those fresh baked buns.
I'm mad the photo of him on the news is just the eyes. That's crazy.
World. I would be able to be up on that stage with her wearing it.
Yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that. You know what I mean? Having a little fun. You know what I mean?
When I saw that, I was laughing my butt off.
I had to make that. I had to make that.
I hope I see her when I'm out and about. I'll be like,
she wasn't. I thought she was in New York when I seen her. When we seen her, you ain't get no picture with Baumgardner?
No, I met her at the gym.
Coach, you didn't go to New York with me that time. That was me.
Coach Kenny brought her to the gym 2 years before she became world champion. And Coach Kenny told me, he said, she the real deal. Like that, right? I said, she the real deal. I said, God, I was like, Kenny. I was like, damn. That was 2 years before she even fought for a belt. When I came in the gym, I was like, who the hell is that? He said, oh, that's Alicia Baumgardner. I say, boop, all that. I was like, shorty, fat. Shorty, you fat. Make butter. Is that? Make you butter. Yo. Yeah. Ain't nothing bum ish about that Gardner. I plant tulips, roses. That thing right there, she lit the stage up. She lit the stage up, yo. I'm telling you, man. I keep playing that way in time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. Time after time. They're going to be like, it's other parts to the song, Squeeze. Time after time. My record is stuck. Time after time. Woo! You talking about watermelon, honey? Watermelon, honey, do I ever? I be like the Arab, yo. Oh, yeah. They like, we can't understand it, what he's saying. But he's selling a lot. Woo! It should be a law against that.
Did you rewatch the fight, though?
Huh?
Did you rewatch the
fight? Oh, it was a fight? God damn. I ought to be ashamed of myself. Nope. Yo. I said there's nowhere in the... You know she had to show up. Clarissa Shields. You know she had to show Clarissa, because Clarissa always coming on stage half naked. You know Baumgardner had to come out and crash the party. Yeah. Yo, I could see me up on stage now, yo. With scuba diving gear on. Yeah. Scuba diving gear. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, yo. That's why I'm telling you, she was bad when she came to the gym, but I wish I had got a picture when she came to the gym, though. Kenny told me, but because there was nobody in there, she was hitting the bag. I ain't really want to mess with her because I ain't know her like that. I had just got introduced to her. She spoke and everything. I talked to her for a little bit, but she was like, I'm just down here for a little work, see the atmosphere. And I was like looking at her like, the atmosphere looking pretty good. Yeah. What an honor it was to see that thing in 3D. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Something fucking everything up in the... Yo, God damn. I need love. Say it no more. Kissing you on the ear. Whispering I love you and I'll always be there. I'm the love, don't reminisce. I can't believe that I found a desire for true love floating around inside my soul, because my soul is cold. One half of me deserves to be this way till the moment, but the other have, it needs affection and joy, and that's the wolf that is created by Baumgardner and more. I need love. Yo, I just can't get it out of my head.
Chill with the remixes.
I can't get it out of my head, yo. That should be illegal. There's no way in the world they should accept that on stage. It's no way in the world. But yo, as beautiful and fine as she is, man, she can scrap, yo.
Nah, she can, man. That's why I was pissed off on Saturday night, because Derek James giving her good instruction, close the gap behind the jab, shoot the right hand. You shooting it from too far out. Like my man Michael Brown saying, back half of the fight, she walked into a lot of right hands that she didn't have to.
You know, you're absolutely correct, but you gotta understand, you're absolutely right. She has to listen to the instructions that's given to her in the fight with a bit. But that just shows you and epitomize the chip she has on her shoulder for being a sex symbol. You know, you gotta understand, she fighting with a chip on her shoulder, that she's a sex symbol. Don't take her for lightly. She bad and she bad. You know what I mean?
She's trying to look impressive though, because I'm watching it with my wife, and when she like, man, she got lashes on. She had eyelashes on during the fight. Like, yo, did you come to fight or did you come here to?
You just answering all my questions about
come to put on a show. She got balm braided in the side of her hair. Eyelashes on. You got the tight leather on and all this other stuff. Doing dancing, coming down to the ring. That other woman ain't coming there playing. She came in there to win the fight.
She a fashionista. It's nothing wrong with it. She flamboyant. It's good for women's sports. It's good that she's bringing that.
It is.
It's good that she's bringing that luster. But what you gotta understand, you gotta count the pros with the cons in that scenario. In every scenario, we gotta count the pros with the cons. A lot of people didn't like it, but it's marketable. She's making everybody watch, even if they're not watching for the boxing. She's bringing viewers in. It all ties in and plays together.
Yeah, but there's only so long that you could string people along. And to the initial point about her boxing, she can actually fight. She ain't no scrub. When she was over there with Tony Harrison, you watch the first half of her career, she was getting busy. She was doing her thing. So what I'm saying is you can do both. You could be a sex symbol. You could be fly, have the whole leather outfit on and all this. Croc skin swimsuit at the weigh-in and all that. But when it comes time to fight night, handle business. Because then now it's double whammy. It's like, damn, look at her. She fly and she could fight. But if you in there and you looking kind of shaky, then it's like, yo, what are her priorities? Because I heard more of that over the weekend.
Well, ask yourself when the last time she been in the ring.
She was just in there recently. She fought against Delphine Persoon. I think it was like a ring time decision or something like that. She went four rounds.
Yeah. My point that I'm reaching is that the inactivity is real. You know, you have to be active. Clarissa Shields is being active. She's fighting in 3 different weight classes. And she was doing the UFC. She's way more polished.
Than PFL.
She understands the fight game. She went over to the UFC PFL, whatever. It's all Ultimate Fighting.
Mixed martial arts. We know what it is. Yeah.
Different names of different
entities,
but it all the same. And look at Clarissa coming out there weighing in with the thong on. Thong. She got dumped like a truck. That's like
but the one thing about Clarissa Shields is when we see her, we know that she's serious about her business. I'm not saying that she can't be. I'm not saying that the woman can't be feminine. I'm not saying that she can't market herself with her beauty and things of that sort. I'm not against that at all. It's like, hey, do your thing. However it is, you can turn heads. But once you drop the bait, you got to be able to keep people reeled in.
She had jumps like a truck. That's like what, baby, with your butt. Let's sing it again. She get dumped like a truck. Yo, Clarissa was. I said, what the? My point is that what these women is portraying, that you can be feminine and comfortable in your skin without being distasteful, and still be a monster when you hit the ring and you put the gloves on. Like Alicia Baumgardner performance or not, she's a monster.
I agree.
You ain't running down on her no any kind of way. Could she have done better? Check mark. Could she have listened to James Moore? Check mark. The inactivity is real. But every time she come up on the stage, she demands the attention of the world. And that's what women boxing need. When Clarissa Shields steps on the stage, she demands she's looking to demand the world's attention. So I like the feminine side of them, but then when it come down to business, they both ready to go to war. But outside of the ring, they divas. I love her.
So is Ramla Ali. Ramla Ali is like a legitimate fashion model. She's on cover of Vogue and all this stuff. Cosmopolitan. I'm not opposed to that. All I'm saying is don't forget about the main thing. So you're going out there trying to put on a show instead of handling business, because there's going to come a point in time where the ladies want to be legitimized, right? And the way that you legitimize yourself is by putting forth a good product. But if you out there and you looking sloppy when you could have been looking much better, when all you had to do was just keep things simple and keep the main thing. Because if you want to just be a sex symbol, then you could just go be a sex symbol. You don't need the boxing. But the thing is, that should be the thing that draws people in. That should be the thing that draws people in. But how do you keep people there? Are we marketing beauty or are we marketing boxing?
You know what? That's well spoken from a brother that's married and love his wife and cherish his wife and his family. It's nothing wrong with your saying. But me, I'm single, looking at it out of a single's eye. You know what I mean? A man's
I'm looking at it from a boxing fan's perspective.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. But in your situation, I understand that is the right way to think about that. And that's what I love about you and respect about you, yo. Your character and your devotion to the ones you love. There's nothing wrong with what you just said.
I'm not even talking about that though, Squeeze. I'm not even talking about love and devotion. I'm saying as a boxing fan, right? Yeah, it's cool. You look good and this, that, and the third. But come Saturday night when I watch you fight, like what's her name? Ellie Scottney got busy. Shadeja Green and Savannah Marshall. That was a good fight. Shanika Johnson. She's a good-looking woman. We've seen her come to press conferences wearing no shirt, having painted on tank tops. But guess what? When she get in the ring, she's not out there trying to look cute. It's time to get busy. Save all that cute shit for the press conferences, for the promotion, to draw people in. But the main thing is you want to be legitimized, because there's going to come a point in a certain point in time where you can't just pull the wool over people's eyes and they just going to show up because you look good. Nah, they're going to show up because they're expecting you to fight.
I understand what you're saying. And once again, I'm just looking out at it as a, hey, here we are. We're bold. We're comfortable in our skin. Look at how beautiful we are. We could be feminine and warriors at the same time when we need to be. We could turn it off and turn it on, which I love to see how beautiful these women is, because some of these sisters look rough. I think you should swab them, because I think something hot, and then, I'm like, ain't no way in the world that's a woman. But for me to see these beautiful queens demand their femininity and comfortable and confident, but true modern day warriors step in the ring and they mean business. I love it. Hey, guess what? If you, Floyd Mayweather used to say, you tune in to see me win, you tune in to see me lose. But the main thing is that you're tuning in. And that's what those women taking the same narrative by the horns. You're not going to please everybody. It's unrealistic. You're never going to do it. Even in the Shakur Stevenson fight, you had people coming in the comments, went from Shakur going to get knocked out by William Cepeda because he's not used to nobody pressuring him, being able to cut the ring off, throwing a punches to, now since Shakur beat him and I say dominated him, he ain't fight nobody. William Cepeda, I'm tired of him not fighting these big names, and damn if you do, damn if you don't in this world. But one thing for certain and one thing for sure, I'm not on that list of unreality. Shakur Stevenson put on for me, his best performance to date. And he didn't have to get hit. He could have put the 3-piece suit on, but he fought out of his confines. And still, man, they got mad at me yesterday. I'm going to say it again. I'm like, Shakur, it is what it is. That's the closest I've seen of Floyd Mayweather. All y'all need to do is go back, look at Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd. Oscar was all over Floyd ass. And Rogers say, get off the ropes, Floyd. Get off the ropes. Go back and play that fight and watch the Cepeda and Shakur fight and tell me, was that deja vu all over again?
Nah, you spot on with that. I ain't gonna lie. You spot on with that, especially with the ropes. Because I remember I was watching it at this place called Wing House down there in Orlando. And man, shout out to my Mexican brethren. But they was going crazy every single time Oscar was throwing the combination when he had Floyd on the ropes. And I'm looking at him like that none of that shit is landing. He rolling and do. Like, none of that is landing. Hitting the arms, hitting shoulders. I'm like, none of this is landing. So, yeah, Shakur, I thought he had a phenomenal performance on Saturday. But he said no Tom and Jerry. He came with the Tom and Jerry cap on. And then what did we see on Saturday? That man planted his feet and fought in the phone booth. Didn't get a knockout or anything like that, but we got to see another element.
I'm going to tell you like this. I felt the same way I felt with Shakur and the Floyd Mayweather and Oscar fight. I was saying when I was Floyd, get off the ropes, please. And then I watched what Floyd was doing. Lean back. See, y'all got to understand boxing. Lean back. Separation. Rolling the shoulder. Coming back, countering. Rolling the shoulder. Why? Never took his eye off of Oscar. Y'all not getting it. When you look into the eyes of bullets flying at your face and you don't run nowhere, y'all not getting it, man. Y'all not getting it. That was, the way those kids punch at the gym, and if I was able to stand there and let them go ahead just punch at me all they want, and most of it rolling off the shoulder, and when it do touch my face, it don't got that much steam on it. I'm doing my job and I'm countering them, man. I don't know that was an action pack for 12 rounds. I don't know what else y'all want from the boy, man. I don't know what else. Right? Even though I was mad at the Della Santos fight, poetry in motion, but I was hard on Shakur a couple of fights. I just want to see people rise to the occasion. And Shakur definitely satisfied my palate.
Man, he did everything. He did everything that I wanted him to do except use his legs a little bit more. Me personally, I ain't even want him to fight that type of fight because I felt like had he boxed the way I personally would have liked for him to box, I felt like he would have been able to run Zepeda into more shots and possibly even got him up out of there. But that man, he did what everybody else wanted him to do. Plant his feet and just stand there in the damn phone booth. Because I was thinking the same thing, like, why do you keep backing yourself to the corner? Why do you keep backing yourself to the ropes? He didn't have to fight that style of fight. He could have kept it in the center of the ring and William Zepeda and just kept turning him, popping him and turning him. Half step back, make him reach, make him pay. He could have did that all night.
But that was the whole beauty of it that I loved. My eyes was looking at something I wasn't used to seeing. And it was new to my eyes. And it was lovely. It was lovely. But one thing I can say, Floyd did it with Marcos Madonna. He moved a little bit more, but he did it with Marcos. Roger yelled at him, get off the ropes. He did it with Oscar. Roger say, I don't want you, when you feel your back turning on the ropes, turn. Shakur did that. Brought it back to the center of the ring. I don't know what else to say, but I would love to get that interview with Shakur because, like I said, man, hell of a job, man. Hell of a job. I ain't mad at Shakur at all, man. I ain't mad at him at all, yo. And he didn't even have to do that, yo. Yo didn't even have to do that. That was dangerous.
Not at all. Didn't have to fight that way at all because I seen that man fight against.
He stood in the line of danger, yo.
I seen what's the name turn him early on, Giovanni Cabrera, and Shakur got no disrespect to Giovanni Cabrera, but I feel like Shakur's feet quicker, more educated than his. Rene Alvarado didn't just get pressed out the whole fight. I think Shakur's feet, same thing, quicker, more educated than his. So if he really wanted to keep that fight in the center of the ring, he could have. I seen a clip on social media, Bud outside the ring shouting instructions, telling Shakur to stay off the ropes. But you know, he wanted to prove a point. When a guy throws 1,000 punches, you throw half of that, and you still outland him by like 80 shots. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Stretched out boxing, exactly. Shakur, you gotta understand what you were saying. Shakur did that to make the fight more entertaining. If that was entertainment Saturday night at its fullest, Shakur, like, come on. I thought he fought lovely off the ropes. I thought he fought lovely. He got hit a lot. He ate it. What else y'all want from him? What else y'all want from him? Now, with Kid Austin, I ain't gonna lie. I think Shakur would rattle Kid Austin because he's a little swings wider punches, and Shakur counters straight up the alley. He would pop Kid Austin head back a lot more, but Kid Austin come in head first too. You gotta watch him with them cocoa butts, cause that's some dirty shit he be doing. That's some dirty shit Kid be doing on some Evander Holyfield stuff.
That's what got Evander bit. He kept headbutting Mike. Mike couldn't take it no more. He just bit him on the ear. It's like, It's like, man, we got to cut them headbutts out. Yeah, he lunges quite a bit, Kid Austin. He lunges, switches for no reason. I was watching that fight that he had with Renee Giron, and I'm like, why is he doing that? And then his inside game, I think that's another area where Shakur would be able to dominate him in spots. Because Kid Austin, his inside game is very leaky, which is surprising considering how athletic he looked. He looked strong. You know what I'm saying? He got the He-Man muscle kit. So you would assume that he would be able to handle himself on the inside. But that Giron fight, man, it's like he look a little leaky on the inside. Yeah, so I would have Shakur winning that fight, and then also it's been said Shakur hurt him in sparring with a nice little body shot. Yeah, it was so frustrating seeing him switch like that. I'm like, why is he switching? Because he was actually boxing pretty well, orthodox, and then inexplicably just went southpaw, and now he's eating more shots than he was previously. And then it seemed like as the fight wore on, he started to regress just a tad bit, start to wind down. I'm like, yo, his conditioning looked a little shaky. But then again, you know how it is sometimes. Guys got all those muscles. We all hear the saying, muscles need oxygen. Muscles don't win fights. So, yeah, I would have Shakur in that fight. But I think it would be exciting early on because Shakur would have to definitely be locked in.
What Shakur said about Tevin Farmer. He called Tevin Farmer and told Tevin Farmer personally that he likes to come out fast.
Yes, he does.
He said Shakur IQ is impeccable. It makes up for his inability to hit hard. It makes up his inability to always had to stand in there. Shakur know how to read his opponent very, very well. And in order to break that, Shakur, I'm not going to say too much of the game plan, but I don't have no fighter going in there against him personally, is you got to hurt Shakur to the body early. You got to be able to hit Shakur body and rattle it. When I say hit him, when you hit him on his arms and shoulders, I used to spar with the kids heavy about 5-6 years ago before the injuries kicked in. And they chasing my head. I'm rolling my head, coming back. After I roll my head, I'm coming back on their arms. Boom. Boom. Elbow. Hit. While they jabbing, I'm swinging at their jab, hitting this part of their arm. They going over in the corner. I'm seeing them, watching them. I'm like, I'm weighing them down. They got 10 shots to my head. But guess what? Come round the third round, they want to hold me, grab me, because their arms were sore. And after the 6 rounds, they would say, Coach, I ain't going to lie. They be talking trash. You hit soft. You hit that. They like, yo, my arms was killing me for 3 days, 3-4 days. They say, I get what you saying. I tack the arms. Because guess where the punches come from? That's where they coming from. It's a sign.
From the shoulders. Yeah,
it's
man.
It's a signs to the sport. I roll. He can hit me in my head. When he hit me in my head, my shit roll back. I roll and come with that left hook. Bam! Right on the shoulder blade. He think I'm going up top. He'll hide behind that. And right on the arm, it go on the forearm. I turn him into the shot. There's so many tricks of the trade. I ain't going to give y'all everything. But it's points that hit on a person's body that make them go where you want them to go. That's why Floyd used to stab that body shot to the sternum of the belly, and you would fold like a napkin. Then he come round the guard with that right hook. Over and over again. It's a science.
Punch selection, man. Punch selection is crucial. You know what I'm saying? Because of momentum. You know what I mean? Momentum is a real thing, to the point that you just made. Like, you hit somebody in the sternum, you can fold them, come over the top. One of my favorite moments from Tank, and I say this all the time, it's the second round versus the guy from Puerto Rico when he won the title from him. Pedraza. Squeeze. My favorite moment from Tank is the second round versus Pedraza when they in the clinch, right? And then he walked his feet back. And I seen him work. I seen a clip of him working on this specifically with Coach Kenny. Walked the feet back. He shot the uppercut, because like when they locked in like this, the head is down, the chin is down. So he hit him with the uppercut to lift him up. And then once he lifted up, then he came back. He doubled up with the right hand. So it was lead uppercut to lift him up. And then that exposed the left flank. So then now he had all of this to work with, all this on the side. Hit him with the uppercut, lift him up, boom, doubled up, same side to the flank. I was like, yo, the punch selection was just phenomenal, just like in that whole stretch. Frame him, come around the guard, frame him, come back underneath. He was just like cooking with grease.
He was in the zone,
flowing with it. But it looked like just like how he drilled it with Coach Kenny. It looked just like it was a drill.
I watched Shakur and Zepeda fight all day today. All day today, I watched it. And tomorrow for breakfast, I'll watch it again, because I saw a mirror image of Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya. I saw the same fight unfold and take place. He mastered. Floyd done it a little better, but Floyd was dangling on the ropes with that Oscar fight. And I think Floyd got a very generous decision from that Oscar fight. I think that was a little closer. I ain't gonna lie, that's almost like for me personally, I wouldn't have been mad if they would have said Oscar won that fight. I wouldn't have been mad because I think Floyd played around too much, but he did come on in the championship rounds. The last 4 rounds of the fight, Floyd wasn't playing with him. Absolutely wasn't playing with him. Roger must say, hey, man, you got to pick it up. You down. Stop. Get out the rope. Because they giving them credit for pinning you on a rope.
Yep.
And doing all that wild shit.
Yep. And it's the optics, too. You know, the judges, they at a fixed vantage point. It's not like us, we watching the fight on TV where we get various camera angles so we can see that certain shots aren't landed. But if this in the moment, like you said, where he's pinned up on the ropes and the judge, all they see is Oscar's back and him throwing punches. They can't see Floyd rolling and catching shots. All they see is Oscar just letting his hands go, just going to work. So just the optics, being able to operate in the center of the ring to where it's clear to the, clear line of sight for the judges so they can see how clean the work is, both offensively and defensively.
You know how special how you have to be going against a high volume puncher and using that format to beat him. I'm going to counter this fool to death and I'm going to make him miss a lot. Was mad balls for Shakur to do. And Shakur, you can't say he can't take no punch because he was taking some punches. He was taking some punches and he was getting his arms beat on. And I'm just going to give Shakur the credit he deserved. I'm going to give him the credit for that fight right there. I gotta give. I like boxing. It's nothing personal with me. These guys get on here. I'm not doing that, man. Them guys making millions of dollars. Here, I'm working paycheck to paycheck, and I probably work as hard as those guys do. So one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to discredit nobody when they work hard and they deserve what they get, because that's what life's about. That's what life's all about, man. And I know Turkey was happy about what he saw.
Something I was thinking about along those lines that you just said, right? About just not being overly critical or denigrating any of these fighters and just giving them their props regardless of the results. Like I saw a post of Errol Spence on Instagram, and it was him at his kid's soccer game. And I don't know what it was, but for whatever reason, it just something just came over me. It was just like, man, we could say he ain't this no more. He need to retire, or look at the way the Bud Crawford fight played out. But he bled for that, for his kids to be able to live the lifestyle that they live. His family as a whole, members of his team. A lot of people are in a better position for the sacrifices that he made in camp, risking embarrassment, risking his life, reputation. Because we use blood, sweat, and tears as a metaphor to talk about the strife and the trials and tribulations that we go through on a regular basis. But these gentlemen and these women that get in the ring, like, they literally bleed for the shit that they have. So you see them and they got a Rolex on. You see them driving a nice car. You see their kids go to a nice school. They had to bleed for that shit. So it means something. Most of us don't have to do that. Yeah, we might have to get up early. You know what I'm saying? We may have to tolerate some people that we don't like in the workplace. But most of us don't have to put ourselves through the physical anguish that these people do.
I use boxing in every facet of my life. And I'm going to keep it a buck with you. When I go to work and I punch the clock, I'm in round 1. The bell rings. I have a boxer mentality with the labor, walking the frame to the rack, getting up and down on the forklift, dealing with customers. I look at all my scenarios that I go through in my day as opponents. And I say, if I'm a champ, I got to conduct myself like a champion. I'm representing forget the job, forget who I'm working for. I'm representing me. And I'm a champion. On whoever platform I'm on, I'm a shine. Because that's the cloth I'm cut from. That's how my mother and father raised me. To be independent, be a man. So when I step at work and the bell rings, it's on. Nobody's going to be better than me on that job. That's my everyday mentality. And when I feel as though I'm not giving it my best, I'm still better than a lot of them. Because I don't like losing. When it comes to being productive as a citizen and on my job and taking care of myself and helping my family, that's a fight all in itself. I'm in the ring called life. Let me make one move and don't get out of the way of one punch. It could be very detrimental. Called life. I look at myself. I get up when the alarm go off, the bell rung. What type of fighter am I going to be today? What division I'm fighting in today? I'm going to be a champion or a champion. Get up. Get out there. Handle your business. Don't make no excuses. There's people out there already before you. Let's go. Represent. Not just show them. I'm showing myself. I ride through the hood every day, see people out there suffering. I can't stand on no corners and sell drugs. My hustle, if you want to call it selling drugs, is punching the clock, 9 to 5. That's my hustling. I'm guilty. I can't do that. I'm never going to do that. I starve first. I ride through there and see it. I wouldn't make it out there. I wouldn't make it. And that's how I look at it, man, as being a champion. When I get up in the morning and I get out there, the mindset. I'm 56. I've been working ever since I was 11 or 12. How you keep that going if you don't got the right mindset? How dare you? I'm not doing it. I'm not going down like a sucker. I'm not going down like that. I'm representing me. And from me representing me, others notice that. They notice the quality in you. You know, just gotta have pride in whatever you do, man. If you're an athlete, being a father, being a husband, just being a decent human being. Where are you? What legacy you gonna leave? The way I interact with the kids at the gym, you would think they my kids. If you come in that gym, don't a kid walk by me without our special handshake. People say, I don't know how you be Calvin say, Squeeze, I don't know how you remember all these handshakes. You gotta be passionate. So every time I step in the ring of life, I'm a champion. I'm gonna be a champion today or a champion. I'm either gonna get with it or life gonna roll me over and stomp on me like I never existed. So I carry that. I'm very competitive within myself. With me, I hold myself to a certain standard when it comes out there providing. So that's where I stand at with that. Life is boxing to me. Yeah.
Beautifully said. Man, it's time for me to go eat.
Okay,
so I'm
brother.
Close it out with this.
I rocked with you tonight because I see I feed off of you, and I ain't want to, cut what we had going on off.
I always appreciate the conversation.
Man, I keep it a buck with you. You know what I mean? Because I know you receive it. But let's close it out so you can go eat and be with your fam.
And eat, then I'm about to get back to this right here. Cornerman, book about all the great trainers. Freddie Brown, Ray Arcel, Jack Blackburn, Eddie Futch, and all them guys. But we're going to close it out like this, like we always do. Small things, all things. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. Oh, right here, I got an answer for that question right there. How did Turkey convince Canelo not to do a pay-per-view? Easy. Netflix came in and probably bought the rights to the fight because they're projecting that it's going to be massive. So we're going to see a whole lot of commercials throughout the night, similar to what we just saw this past Saturday with the ladies' card. Every time in between rounds, you see an advertisement for something. In between fights, you see an ad for that.
Yeah.
Anytime you see an ad, that means somebody spent big money.
Yep.
In order for that to have that spot. No different than the Super Bowl. So that's how they did it. They probably going to hit them off with some of that ad money. I'm assuming that's what Netflix is going to end up doing. But that's going to be prime time. A lot of people are going to be tuned into Netflix. So they're going to have God knows how many eyes on that fight. So they're going to be selling something that night. But I believe that's how they do it. But Squeeze, always appreciate you. Salute to my man Senior for always having me on here.
You got to hit me on my D. You got to hit me in the DM. You give me your number.
Hold on, I'll put it in the private. I don't know if you can see the other tab where it says private. Private chat says comments and private chat up here on the StreamYard.
On the StreamYard. I see up on the StreamYard bar. Up on the screen.
I just said yo. You on IG?
No, I'm on Facebook. Tyrone Palmer on Facebook. Oh, hold on. I see it.
It says yo. All right, I'm gonna put my phone number in there.
I see private chat over in the corner. Number one message came up.
You can lock me and shoot me a text.
All right, champ.
All right, appreciate y'all. Nah, it's not Super Bowl commercial money, but it's gonna be something nice because the viewership that they're expecting to have for that event, I gotta assume it's got to be astronomical. It's gonna be through the roof. Like it's gonna be over 30 million people watching that, so they should get a nice little check. I ain't gonna say little. Let me not even diminish it. They're gonna get a nice check for that. Yeah. It's gonna be nice, crazy.
All right, man. Y'all already know, man. Hell of a show. I'm gonna leave everybody with this, man. Enjoy life to the fullest. Don't let nobody tell you what you ain't gonna be, what you're never gonna be, and you can't be. Because you gotta have that confidence in yourself. A lot of people ain't become Bill Blass ain't become Bill Blass overnight. Calvin Klein was famous overnight. Louis Vuitton wasn't famous overnight. But you gotta keep your head up, stay positive, and stay prayed up, and keep achieving things in life, because tomorrow not promised to us. But on that note, thanks for tuning in. God bless each and every one of y'all. See y'all on the next episode. As we always say, it's the Smoothie King. All access, our guest host and family, Brother Ant McQueen. Right back at y'all with another one. Peace.
Some say you forgive, but don't forget it. Now you know how we do. Lock that back door, don't let no one through. I told Michi in these streets ain't no rules. He say, cuz all this life we ain't put on with it. Yeah. And I understand that this shit wasn't easy, but nigga, we did it. Yeah, yeah. And all them hoes and all them niggas that wasn't fucking with us, then we them niggas. And now we rich now. We got money. I don't give a shit, no. And we did it. Young nigga come up from nothing, now he getting to them riches. And it's the life of a young rich nigga.